Hello everyone, NickonAquaMagna here. I just wanted to whip up something for the 1-year anniversary of AM2R's release. I considered doing a commentary over this run where I managed to 100% the game in under 3 hours, and I might still do that as a let's play if people really want it. But for today I thought, you know what, I'm not going to make people sit through all that on such short notice. Instead, I'll just make a little compilation of some of the things I love about this fine fan game. First of all, I love this title screen. I love that the planet sky is green. I love doing this. I love that Samus being able to climb over ledges is justified by her already having the power grip upgrade from Zero Mission at the start of this game, and you actually have the option to turn it off like all of Samus's upgrades. That's a nice detail. I love that they include these little bios for each of the Metroid stages of development, among other things that get their own log entries. I love all the details in the backgrounds that are easy to miss but add a lot. Just look at how vast this cave is. I love these water droplets, and I love the sound they make. I love the bubbles that Samus makes underwater. I love this cranny. I love that the save station has plants growing around it. I love this ambience, or ambiance if you want to get fancy. I love the way the beam upgrades are placed throughout the game. The charge beam and spacer beam are treated the same as the ice wave and plasma beams, each placed in one of the game's 5 major areas. So basically every level has its own beam upgrade. I love how the more robotic enemies splinter into loose chunks of refuse, bullets and springs and junk that fly all over the room. I love that you can use the Morph Ball and Spider Ball in mid-air. It makes these early areas of the game feel a lot faster. I love the use of colors that by themselves may appear bland, but together work. I love that despite being a ways underground, we can still see the surface from here. It's like we're at the bottom of a canyon or a quarry. I'll say right now that I love basically every track in this game, so I'm not going to break down every one, otherwise I'll be here like 20 extra minutes. I love that these Metroids settled in spots where those life-sucking vines don't grow to molt, suggesting that even they're vulnerable to these predatory plants. I love using the charge beam to pull in pickups, just like in Metroid Prime. I love how the game tells you how many Metroids are in the current area instead of the entire planet, though it does do that too in the menu. I love this boss, it's original. I love how the scenery changes color as you go deeper underground, changing from soil to rock to other compositions. I love how the lava glows. I love the spring ball. I love how restrained and subdued this remix of the Brinstar theme from Super Metroid is. I love this sound. I love how compact and intricate the Hydro Station is. Every space is made use of and in such neat ways. It's like if you wanted to give someone a sample of how Metroid plays at its best, this lone building is one place you could point them to. I love how the fight music changes with each new Metroid stage you encounter, becoming more drawn out and sinister as the creatures grow more powerful. I love this. I love how sophisticated this place feels, and we get a few Metroid Prime 2 remixes to boot. I love these X-shaped explosions. I love this robot. I love that this green mineral you can only destroy with super missiles is called cordite, just like in Metroid Prime. I love it when they don't make you go backwards through a dangerous or difficult section after getting an item. I love how in some curl spaces made for the Morph Ball, they give you just enough room to uncurl so you can fire missiles while crouched if need be. Similarly, they give you all the space you need to destroy those cacti with the wave beam. I love how almost every Metroid you encounter has its own layer it's holed up in, and they're all different. Even the Metroids themselves behave differently from one to the next, and they seem to change in every playthrough. I love the funny walking animation of these hermit crab dudes. I love how much build-up there is in this one area, where you've surely defeated several Gamma Metroids by now, and you're probably thinking, oh, what's at the end of this section? Am I gonna fight my first Zeta Metroid this early? And then you get there and... nope, just another Gamma. Okay, maybe I don't love that so much. I love how after you find this GF hideout, the music changes to wind down slightly and the sky changes so it's now nearing the end of the day. That sky is beautiful. I love that you can even find the the front door of the Metroid Queen's lair even though it's impenetrably closed up. I love this robot. I love how strange some of these life forms are. Considering how much more you need missiles in this game than in most Metroid games, I love that save stations restock your ammo now. I also love that halfway up to the top of this area, they threw in this save station just so you wouldn't have to go all the way back down to the other one after every battle with a Zeta Metroid. I love this statue. I love that they didn't go overboard when redesigning the Metroids to be slightly more stylized in the original game, unlike Samus Returns where they just look like xenomorphs. These rotund, roundish Zetas are freakish enough, they don't need to be sleek and sexy like a car or something for me to like them. Again, I love that we get a subdued, quiet remix of what was a catchy, bombastic tune before. I love that this facility is so vast that this is technically the lowest elevation you'll ever reach. This is the bottom of the game. Even the Metroid nursery near the end doesn't go this deep underground. I love that the game gives you ample opportunities to increase your stock really quickly. You save that one other super missile for a little bit, and oh look, another super missile expansion. You save that one other power bomb you have through this entire section, and oh look, more power bombs. I love knocking these bigger robots apart one chunk at a time. I love everything about this level. It was completely made up just for this remake and it's so original. I love the music, especially this bit where the chorus finishes and most of the instruments fade out and these mysterious voices chime in. This song is so good it makes me jealous. I gotta find somebody who will compose something at least this cool for Planet Ripple. I also love all the sound effects they whipped up for this place. I love that all the various suits' green lights change to blue when you get the gravity suit. Again, just like in Metroid Prime. Heck, there are so many little touches that help to create continuity with the Prime games taking place before this in the story. I can so easily see how this would be the next part of the story thanks to these details. Samus Return seems to be doing some of this too. Seeing as the X-Parasites in Metroid Fusion absorb and copy other life forms exactly like the Thing does, and the monsters you fight in that game are just those parasites' recreations of these creatures, I love that we get to see the original natural forms of creatures like Ceres and Genesis along with Arachnus. It effectively makes these recurring characters that first appear here and return in Fusion. I also love the entire reason this place is flooded being blamed on Ceres bursting this pipe. I love that even after you beat Ceres seemingly on your way out, there's still so much of this area to explore and collect, and by now you're as well equipped to do it as you'll ever be. I love that most of the expansions can be collected on your first go through these areas, with only 3 or 4 out of reach in each facility. It makes that last minute cleanup a breeze, and I'd say this may be the easiest Metroid to 100% to come back to. I love how this whole extra area, also original, is one giant nod to Metroid Fusion, from details like the Horntoad Cave to the interior of the Federation ship looking the way it does, the brain of that machine in a tube. There's even a Prime 2 reference. I love how after spending the entire game underground fighting monsters, you'd think it'd be nice to return to the surface and get some fresh air, but it's the eeriest, most lifeless place yet. Shine Spark Ho! That is pretty crazy. I love Shine Sparking in Morph Ball mode. I love this scene. If Metroid 1 and Super Metroid are the alien of this series, and Fusion is Alien Resurrection / The Thing, this game is Aliens. I love the Omega Metroid's stupid capybara teeth. I love that you can hear the Metroid Queen from so far away as she senses her children being slain. I love that you hear her again after clearing out the nursery. I love this shortcut. I love the way they make this place so scary, so alien and foul. First-time players could hardly be blamed for assuming this is the final area, that the Queen is here. But then the place starts to clear up and you're led through a normal cave with normal waterfalls. Huh. Way to mess with expectations. I love this last look at the Chozo ruins. I love that the Queen's lair is the laboratory where she and the other Metroids were originally created. I think it's fair to surmise then that she is the oldest currently living Metroid, if not the first Metroid ever bred. It all began here. That's pretty epic, how you go through all this trouble on all these worlds, and then it comes together in one small tucked away forgotten place like this. I love the Metroid Queen's sprite work and puppeteering animation. She moves so smoothly, her true nature as a bunch of glued together cutouts isn't the least bit distracting. I love how she chases you throughout the laboratory. I love how they really start channeling that Metroid Prime kind of sound in the final boss theme. I love doing this. I love that Samus looks around herself worriedly if she's low on health. I find it makes this classic moment all the more affecting than her other idol animation, where she just performs maintenance on her arm cannon. I love how relaxing this final stretch is, and I love taking my time through it. I love being able to turn off the screw attack since it's so noisy it'd ruin this scene. I love the art that you get after beating the game. I love how fast this game is. There's so little padding, though there is a little. You can just blast through it and keep practicing. Rest in peace, Iwata. I can't help wondering how he may have felt about this game. We'll never know. I love this game. I love that it exists, and I love that I can play it, and nothing can take it away as much as Nintendo may want to. I love AM2R. Thank you, Dr. M64 and everyone else who made this a reality. Well, that's that. Sorry this wasn't exactly a substantive video, as I more or less just spurged about a game for 10 minutes, but this was the only way I could think of to do it justice on such short notice. I wanted to review this game properly for a while, but in a traditional format, I'd just be repeating EXO, King K, the Geek Critiques, and many others' thoughts on the game. It's got enough coverage to be done justice already, I'd say. So these were some of the things I love about this game. Toodles for now. Happy anniversary to the Metroid franchise. And yes, of course I'll be buying Samus Returns. Next up, I'll review Dallas the Dark Call and then Sonic Mania. Consider supporting my books if you have the time and money. You can find them at planetripple.com/thebook. Toodles!